Hello. Today's story is about someone called Naaman. Naaman was a very important man. He lived in a place called Aram. He was a soldier in charge of a big army. This is a little girl. The Bible doesn't tell us her name, but she was a servant or a slave. She was Naaman's servant and slave. She belonged to Naaman, and she had to do what Naaman and his family said. She had to work for no money. She had a hard life. She wasn't even allowed to speak. She was expected to keep quiet. One day, something happened to Naaman. Naaman got ill. He got really sick. He had a disease called leprosy. Poor Naaman, and he couldn't get better. There was no medicines then that would make him better. The little girl heard about Naaman being poorly, and she went to him and she spoke up. And she said, "Oh, Master Naaman, there is a man, a prophet called Elisha. He's a man of God. If you go to him, he will make you better." A prophet is a special man who God gives messages to. So Naaman did what the little girl said. He went to see Elisha. And Elisha told him to do a strange thing. He said, "Go and wash in the river Jordan 7 times and God will make you better." Naaman was in a bit of a huff about this because he didn't want to wash in a stinky, dirty old river, so he went home grumpy. But Naaman's servants told him, "Listen to Elisha. Why don't you just go? Give it a go and see what happens." So Naaman did as he was told. He went to the Jordan River and he washed, and Elisha told him to wash 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an amazing thing happened. At the 7th time he came out and all his illness was gone. He had no spots, no sore places. He was completely better. He was overjoyed and he went up to Elisha. I'm better. I will now believe in your God from now on," he said. And he went off home. So that's the story of Naaman and the little girl, his servant girl. She was a faithful servant. She stuck by him. And even though she wasn't supposed to speak, she spoke up. And she told him about Elisha, the man of God. And because of the little girl speaking up and being faithful, Naaman was God's friend too. So it doesn't matter how little you are, God can use you. This is the end of our story.